Hello everyone, it is your favorite kind of punch, Mr.FalconPunch, 996, the underrated king, the recommendation master, and of course YouTube's #1 Dorohedoro fanboy. Back to bring you guys another new video. And today's video is going to be my 300 subscriber special. You know, once again, thank you to all of my subscribers. And I do realize that I did say that this video was supposed to come out last week, but it didn't come out. And the reason for that, plain and simple, is that it was Thanksgiving break and, you know, I got lazy and I didn't make the video, so I apologize for that. But you guys know the saying, it's better late than never. So I'm going to do it today. And my 300 subscriber special today is, you know, as suggested by the anime hero, is going to be my top 10 Dorohedoro characters. And, you know, this list was extremely hard to make. It actually took a couple days to make, you know, to properly organize it after like just hours and hours of debating in my head like how this list is going to go down. But, you know, I finally made it. But, like I said, it was extremely hard to make. I mean, YouTube's #1 Dorohedoro fanboy has to make a top 10 list for his favorite series that is filled with amazing, awesome, badass, and just downright entertaining characters. So, you know, it was a challenge a bit. It was quite a challenge, but, you know, I finally made the top 10 list, and we're going to start off from the bottom to the top. Starting off at number 10 is Doe Kuga. Now, I'm going to be honest, when I first read Dorohedoro, I didn't really like Doe Kuga. Now, don't get me wrong, it's not that I hated him or disliked him, because, you know, all the characters in Dorohedoro are freaking awesome, and you can't hate any of them. You know, it's just against the rules to hate a character from Dorohedoro. But, you know, Doe Kuga, you know, when compared to everyone else in the series, you know, he didn't really seem that special. I mean, he was still special because he was part of Dorohedoro, but he didn't seem that special when compared to everyone else in the series. But, you know, as I reread Dorohedoro and reread it again and bought the official volumes and reread those volumes and reread them again, I really started to like Doe Kuga the more and more I reread. And the reason for that is because, you know, Doe Kuga is a very, very loyal guy. I mean, sure, he may seem like that pretty boy character since, you know, out of all the characters in Dorohedoro, he really has that Bishonen flair to his character, which, you know, makes all the Dorohedoro fangirls go nuts, because, you know, there is Dorohedoro fangirls out there. I've actually seen them. Well, not in real life, but still. But, you know, once you reread this series, you really see that this guy is extremely fucking loyal, especially to the Cross-Eye organization and the Cross-Eye boss especially. I mean, the lengths he goes to for his organization, you know, keeping everyone safe and, you know, keeping the secrets of the boss, you know, to himself, you know, not revealing it to anyone, even his other fellow members, you know, he's not even letting them know about the secrets. And, you know, that one scene where he carries the Cross-Eye boss on his back, you know, that was a really awesome moment, and I really gained a lot of respect for Doe Kuga because, you know, when I saw that scene, when I read that scene, I was just clapping, like, props to you, man. Extremely fucking loyal. Plus, you know, like all Cross-Eyes, he's really good with knives and everything, so, of course, he's extremely badass. You know, he goes against magic users. In that fight with Shin and Noi, pretty beastly, you know, even though Shin and Noi, they were beasting through the fight, but still, really cool-ass fight. And, yeah, you know, Doe Kuga is extremely loyal. I mean, he would go thick and thin for his company or organization. I mean, he was getting freaking tortured by, like, you know, En's crew, and he wasn't letting anything go. And again, more respect for the guy. Plus, you know, I do kind of like his magic. He has this, like, poison magic. I mean, of course, since he's a Cross-Eye, he can't really use magic that well. So it's like his magic is like poison. It's only limited to, I think, his like saliva. If I'm right, it's like only limited to his saliva, so you can't really use it that well. But like, if he could use magic properly, I mean, poison magic would be extremely beastly. I mean, he could just release a puff of smoke and just like poison everyone in the room, and that would be extremely devastating. But, you know, sadly for Doe Kuga, you know, stuff just doesn't work out for him. Plus, the predicament he's in with Evisu right now is extremely funny, even though I really am wondering how the hell he's going to get out of it, or if he's going to go back to normal. But still, I find just it like extremely hilarious. But now we're going to move on to number 9 on my list, and that's going to be Professor Kasakabe. Professor Kasakabe is a strange character, especially in terms of Dorohedoro. But the reason why he's strange is because in a series that's just filled with psychotic badasses who just kill everything in sight, Kasakabe really hasn't killed anyone. And in fact, he's you know, kind of cheery for someone who lives in the world where literally everyone is just like dying everywhere you go. And he, you know, he's kind of cheery, he's kind of happy, and he could take a severe beating. I mean, like when he got, you know, in that magic user jail, I think in like volume 6 or 7, he was getting the shit beat out of him. This one, you know, magic user, you know, spitting all over his food, you know, beating him up some more and just left. And, you know, at that moment, I thought he was just gonna, you know, let it go and just like beat the shit out of the guy. But, you know, he just kind of laughed it off like it was nothing. And it, you know, it kind of had me wondering, like, just who is Kasakabe? There's a lot of mystery to his character. I mean, you know, he's a professor. He has some interests into, you know, studying magic users. And, you know, again, I don't want to spoil it for anyone who's not up to date with the series. But, you know, once you learn more about his wife, it's even more interesting about the character. Especially, you know, considering that he's a lot older than he looks like. He looks like an extremely young guy, but he actually isn't. But while he really isn't the most badass or extremely cool character in the series, he is really interesting and, you know, rather funny and very likable, which is why he's number 9. And now it's time to move on up to number 8 on my favorite characters of Dorohedoro, which has to be Evisu. And I love Evisu because she is like one of the, hands down, like one of the funniest characters in the series. I mean, I just love her brain dead antics because, you know, in the beginning of this series, something happens with her head, and after that, she's pretty much brain dead throughout the rest of the series, you know, just doing and saying random things. And she's just one of those few characters in the series that I really wouldn't mind seeing like a spin-off series. I don't care if it's like a 10-page, you know, per chapter series, but I really just want like an Evisu kind of slice of life comedy series with just her doing Evisu things, you know, just like, you know, those special chapters in this series. Like, there's a couple special chapters with Evisu just going around doing her own thing, whether it be her getting a job or her walking around In's mansion. But I really want like a series just completely dedicated to that because I just love the antics Evisu gets herself into. They're really funny and very entertaining and interesting. And plus, one of my favorite things about her character, beside her being extremely hilarious, is that she can turn into a fucking dinosaur. Okay, a fucking dinosaur. She could turn into a dinosaur, man. I love dinosaurs. Ever since I was little, I've always loved dinosaurs. So to see this funny little girl transform into a badass and beastly dinosaur that just tears everyone to shreds is awesome. Okay, it's freaking awesome, which is another reason why I freaking love Evisu. And now we're going to move on to number 7. And at number 7, we have the Cross-Eye Boss. Okay, the Cross-Eye Boss, simply put, is a boss. I mean, the way he does everything is, you know, bossly. Okay, I'm not even sure if bossly is a word, but he's bossly, man. The way he gets his organization, bossly. The way he takes down magic users, bossly. I mean, he goes against magic users with just 2 knives. I mean, it's standard for, you know, most cross-eyes. You know, they do everything with knives. But the way the Cross-Eye Boss does it is bossly. I mean, he just goes against these people that can literally just destroy him or transform him into something with just a puff of smoke. And he just goes against them with no fear. And the way he gets people into his organization is awesome. Plus, I really love his character design, you know, with the hood and everything. He just looks really, really fucking badass. And, you know, the way I'm fanboying right now, I bet some of you guys are be like, you know, yo, Mr.FalconPunch, if this guy is that bossly, why is he at number 7? You know, not, you know, in the top 5 or top 3. And the reason for that is, you know, plain and simple. As of now, I kind of don't like him that much. And the reason for that is I'm not the biggest fan of his newest form. I mean, it looks cool, but I kind of don't like it. Plus, you know, the next characters I'm going to be talking about, like the next 6 characters, they're just, ugh. The next 6 characters are just really close and dear to my Dorohedoro fanboy heart, because like the next 6 characters are all fucking awesome. And while I really do like the Cross-Eye Boss, the next 6 characters are just extremely awesome. So, number 6, we have Noi. Noi is easily the manliest woman character in all of anime and manga. I mean, like, damn, she has muscles, man. Like, I've said it once, I'm gonna say it again. Her body, okay, her fucking body is like the body of Jonathan Joestar if Jonathan Joestar had freaking tits, man. Like, it's just, she has bulging ass muscles and she could just like karate chop through dudes. Like, literally just karate chop, like clean through them. Just like, just they split in half and all their guts fall out. You know, she's been shot in the face and everything, and like it doesn't phase her. She's punched dudes so hard their like faces went into freaking walls and everything, and she is a powerhouse. She is a beast. And you know, not only is she strong because she's a magic user, because you know magic users are already physically strong, but you know she works out obviously, so that adds to her strength. Plus, she was training to become a devil, so that even like triples her strength. So she's just extremely beastly. Plus, you know, she's Shin's partner. Okay, Shin's partner. So I like that. And you know, like Evisu, I kind of want Shin and Noi as a team to have their own spin-off series with them just going around killing people, because it's extremely awesome. And like I said, Noi's a beast. And another thing I like about her is that, you know, she's a healing female that's not weak. Because in normal anime and manga series, you know, the healing character, you know, that is usually, you know, weak and frail, especially if they're a female character that's the healing character. But, you know, Noi, she takes that stereotype and just karate chops it in half, man. Okay, she karate chops that shit in half because she just beasts through everyone. And that's why I really like Noi. Plus, you know, I will admit, I read the Dorohedoro hentai, and I've never in my life could imagine that, you know, bulging muscles and tits go extremely well together. So props to you, Noi. Props to you. And now we're going to move on to number 5. Number 5 is going to go to Nekyia. Nekyia is awesome. Okay, I mean, like, really in volume 1, like, the second I saw this scene, I'm like, this girl is fucking beast. She's fucking beast. I mean, like, there's this one scene in volume 1, okay, where she's just skateboarding through town, you know, minding her own business. These guys come up, they start messing with her, and I think one of them has a spear. So they tried hitting Nekyia. She grabs her spear, slices the dude in half with it, like, just like this, just like slices him in half with the spear, and his brain, like, just flies out. And, you know, she gets his hat and catches his brain in the hat and just, like, walks away like nothing, like, or skates away like nothing. And like the second I saw that scene, I'm like, this girl is like, oh fuck, like, fuck. It was like badassery overload. Plus, you know, Nekyia does a lot more badass things later on. Plus, she's the only one that kind of has like a sad backstory, because you know her backstory, you know, it's kind of sad in a way. I mean, it's not extremely like soul-crushing sad, but you know, out of all the characters, she has, you know, kind of a sad past. She does have some cool powers, especially later on. I'm not gonna spoil, but you know, well, something happens and she just becomes extreme. Like, she goes beyond awesome. Like, she goes from awesome to beyond awesome, and no words can describe it. Plus, you know, in my opinion, Nekyia is like, well, okay, probably she's the second sexiest character in Dorohedoro. The first would probably be Haru, but still, Nekyia is sexy, especially, you know, later on when, you know, the thing I was talking about happens. Yeah, I approve, Kiraishi, I approve. And now we're at number 4. Number 4 will have to go to N. And this dude, okay, he's a magic using crime boss. Okay, he's a mafia magic user guy. I mean, how is that not badass right there? And he, you know, he has that Super Saiyan hair, his mask, his boss. You know, even though it's just like a kind of like a only covers his face, but it's still really cool. Plus, okay, he has mushroom powers. Okay, mushroom. If any other character had mushroom characters, you know, no one would take that character seriously, and no one would take the character seriously. Everyone laughed because like mushroom powers, that just sounds whack. But N, okay, makes mushrooms look beastly. I mean, he can literally turn mushrooms into beasts, and it's crazy. And you know, he can just release all these spores. You can breathe in these spores, and once you breathe in these spores, they go into your lungs and everything, and they just explode out of your chest, and it's beast. And just he creates shit with his mushrooms, and he turns people into mushrooms, and he eats those mushrooms because he doesn't like wasting mushrooms, and he's completely obsessed with mushrooms. So this guy's like mushroom crazy. Plus, even though his backstory really isn't, you know, confirmed, but if it is, you know, confirmed to be real, then N is extremely beast. I mean, he was raised in hell. Okay, hell. And in Dorohedoro, hell is crazy because the devil's living there. Devils are OP'd in Dorohedoro, so you know he's living in the world filled with OP motherfuckers, and you know he's just going around. He has his connections, you know, like any other mafia crime boss. You know, he has his connections with the devil. Plus, you know, not only that, his mansion his mansion is not even a mansion. It's not even a palace or a kingdom. It's like it's crazy. It's like my God, it's like an entire country almost, man. I mean, he has his mansion, which is basically like a giant castle, and then it's still within his mansion, you know, he has like these little, you know, houses and bakery stores and everything, and it's just huge. It's like crazy. It's like, bro, this is a fucking mansion. I mean, sure, he has his family living there, but still, it is extremely fucking big. I mean, and like, you gotta give props to a guy who can make a mushroom like terrifying. Like, after reading like a couple volumes of Dorohedoro, I was actually kind of scared of mushrooms for a while, because like the way he just like massacres people with freaking mushrooms is crazy, and his obsession with mushrooms is like insane. It's freaking insane, and it's hilarious. But the reason why he's number 4, he probably wouldn't have been like number 3, but you know, there's an incident that happens later on in the series, and yeah, he just became number 4. And now we're at my top 3 favorite characters of Dorohedoro, and starting off at number 3 is Daruma, aka the Demon King. Okay, like I said earlier, demons and devils in Dorohedoro are like extremely OP. Like, if you mess with them, they can literally just like snap of a finger, just send you to hell, like just like off to hell with you. You're gone. Like, that's all. And so this dude is like the head honcho of the devils, and you know, when you're the king of the devils, you can just do whatever the fuck you want. You know, you could go to hell, start messing with people, go to the real world, start messing with people. I mean, in his spare time, you know, he likes, you know, pulling pranks on other devils, and, you know, going to the magic user world, you know, getting bird shit and just sprinkling it on everyone. And, you know, no one can do a thing about it, because he's freaking Daruma. He can make his own magic users, man. He can make magic users. You know, there's this special chapter, Fryman. He makes Fried Man. Fryman is basically a magic user that could turn everyone into like freaking tempura batter, okay? And Daruma could make that, okay? And the dude is completely beast. Like, he could practically do everything. And he's just like one of those badass motherfuckers. He could completely do everything. I love his character design. He has like that long ass tongue, and like that special chapter that was just dedicated to him was hilarious, because you know, he was like, there's like this one scene where he's like, I don't really need to sleep, but I feel like doing it anyways because, you know, I can, because I'm Daruma. And you know, like, it's hard for, since he's a demon, you know, he has the devil horns and everything, it's hard for him to go to sleep on the bed. So he rips off his horns and like rips out his tongue. It's like, it hurts like a bitch, but you know, it's worth it, just the sleep. And he doesn't even need sleep, but like, fuck, it's crazy. Plus, you know, on top of that, his name, I think, literally translates into blood splatter. Blood splatter. I mean, like, that's a badass name, okay? He's Daruma, man. Badass. Now we're at number 2. Number 2 will be the main character, or at least the main character in the beginning of the series, Kaiman. Yeah, yes, Kaiman, man. Kaiman is awesome. You know, he has that lizard head, which is one of my favorite qualities about his character, is that he has a lizard head. Usually, you know, main protagonists, they don't have, you know, unusual heads. You know, usually they have a normal head. You know, nowadays they try making their main characters look attractive, that way they get the female fans on them. But you know, not Kaiman. You know, Kyuhei Shida, she didn't do it that way. She got, you know, Kaiman, gave him a lizard face, and just he's awesome. He's extremely awesome. He's beastly. He's badass, and he's also really funny. I think he's like, in my opinion, he's like the second funniest character in the series, because you know, he has this like obsession with gyoza, which are like these kind of like, I think, either Japanese or Chinese dumplings, which, you know, are pretty good. And you know, he just goes crazy for those. Like that's all he thinks about most of the time. Just like the fucking gyoza, you know, getting gyoza, and you know, getting his head, and you know, finding out who he truly is. But he's a really awesome character, really badass, and it's kind of weird. Because like in volume 1, his head kind of looked more like a dinosaur head. He was extremely kind of like thin. He was kind of skinny and everything. And then like out of nowhere, I think either like in the middle of volume 1 or middle of volume 2, he just gets extremely like buff. Like, and then his head really starts, you know, looking more like normal lizard-ish. Like, he doesn't look like a velociraptor anymore of his head, but he just gets extremely buff. But you know, Kaiman is awesome. I'm super happy that he's, you know, he's back in the manga, because you know, he was gone for a bit. Again, I'm not gonna spoil why, but he was gone for a bit. But you know, he's back now. You know, the whole thing with him is very confusing right now. You know, Dorohedoro filled with mysteries, and Kaiman just has like 1,000 mysteries popping out of his ass every minute because like this dude has like so much shit going around with him, but still, Kaiman, fucking awesome. I mean, where else will you see the main character like chomp down someone's head? Like you don't see that shit anywhere, but that's why Dorohedoro's around. And now we're going to go to number 1. Now, number 1 should obviously be very obvious because I haven't mentioned the character yet, but you know, if you haven't guessed who the character is, you know, I'll shut up for a bit and let you guys think about it for like a couple seconds, okay? So, okay, I gave you guys to think. If you guys don't know who my favorite character of Dorohedoro is, then you obviously need to watch more of my videos. But my favorite character in the entire Dorohedoro manga series is Shin. Shin. Beastly ass motherfucker. Okay, like my god, Shin. Like, I don't know, like, people just don't understand how badass this dude. Like, he's one of those very few characters, you know, in the same list as Guts and Alucard, that are just like so badass. It's like, it's creepy, it's disturbing, it's almost scary of how badass this guy is. I mean, you know, his magic is really cool. You know, he can just like cut people into pieces, but the weird thing about his magic, it kind of reminds me of like Buggy the Clown, where like his magic could cut people in into like many pieces, but like even though they're all cut into multiple pieces, they're not really dead. They're just like splattered, well, not splattered everywhere, but like chopped everywhere. It's like, it's really weird, but you know, Shin's awesome. The cool thing about him is like, normally he ends all his fights with a freaking body bag. Like, usually when he's done with a fight, he's like, no way, body bag. And like, that's extremely beast. You know, he just beats the shit out of people with a hammer. And you know, it's a normal ass hammer. You know, it's not a Thor hammer or anything like that. It's like, it's just a normal ass hammer. He goes around beating the shit out of everyone with it. And it's beast. Plus, you know, he bashed a dude's brain out with his head. Okay, a headbutt. He headbutted the guy. Okay, and he headbutted this guy, and the next panel, the dude's brain just gushes out of his skull, like the back of his skull, and it's beast. It's beast, man. I know I'm sounding like a broken record in this video, but like, it's the only way to describe these characters. They're beasts, they're badass, they're demonic, they're awesome, they're interesting. But Shin, you know, he tops them all. He's Shin, man. He's Shin. His character design is badass. It's hard finding this dude when he's not looking like a total badass. And his heart-shaped mask, it's beast. I can't even talk right now, so I'm moving my arms because I just can't express how awesome this guy is. But I'm gonna like shut up now because now I'm starting to go a little too crazy. But yes, this is my top 10 list of my favorite characters of Dorohedoro. And remember, Shin is number 1. But yeah, anyways, as always, I'm Mr.FalconPunch 996. This video may or may not be a little bit crappy, but you know, I'll let you guys decide. But you know, 300 subscriber special, once again, you know, thanks to all of you guys out there. I really do promise that, you know, 400 and 500 subscriber specials are going to be a lot more better and really awesome. But you know, till then, you know, you guys are going to have to live with this. But anyways, I'll see you guys next time, man. Peace out.
God damn, my throat hurts after making this video.